So there's something missing here. This one simple change, I believe, has improved my physical health, my mental health, and my privacy and security. Let me explain what I mean. You see, studies show that over 80% of people use their mobile device as an alarm clock, and that's what I used to do too. And before you start thinking that this whole video is just about alarm clocks, it's not. It actually goes a little bit deeper than that. And for the first time, I'm going to be dipping my toe into the world of conspiracy theory, because the truth is, I don't have a lot of proof for everything that I'm going to be sharing with you right now. Now, all of this started for me with a simple video that I watched and a conversation I had. The first is a video from Dr. Mike, where he was asked about whether you should keep your phone next to your bedside table.
Do I recommend it? No. Move it away. Find a different place for it. Don't keep it next to your brain. And also keep your cell phone away from your brain. And keep your cell phone out of arm's reach so you don't reach for it in the middle of the night if you can't sleep, because that's the surefire way to disturb your sleep.
Dr. Mike is right. I mean, I definitely think it's detrimental to our sleep when the last thing I'm doing at night is on my phone and the first thing I'm doing in the morning is on my phone. Not to mention having that phone with all of its radio waves right by my head because I use it as an alarm clock. So that was the video. The second thing that happened was a really fascinating conversation I had with a good friend of mine who is deep into the world of cybersecurity. He and I were talking about a lot of different ways that mobile phones can be attacked, Pegasus and all these different malware, as well as ways that we can protect ourselves, whether that's good passwords, 2FA keys, all of those things. But one of the things he mentioned that I thought was really, really interesting was this idea that one of the ways that we could potentially reset the way that a hacker is getting in, or the way that some kind of software or malware is infiltrating our device, is to simply turn it off. So because of these two things, there are a few changes that I've made. First of all, I got rid of the charging station that I kept right beside my bed. I unplugged it, I got rid of it, it's no longer there. Second, I bought an actual alarm clock. Listen, I haven't had one of these beside my bed in years. I don't know about you. This particular one was given to me by my kids over Christmas, and I love it because it's not just an audio alarm clock, it also uses light as a means to wake me up more naturally. It's better if I could wake up with the sun, but I wake up before the sun, so being able to use this alarm clock to wake up with light and sound, I feel so much more rested when I wake up that way, as opposed to just some noise waking me up and forcing me out of bed in the pitch black. Now, part 3 is key here. I'm turning off my phone, preferably 30 minutes to an hour before I actually want to go to bed, and then putting that phone into a Faraday sleeve. What is a Faraday sleeve, you might ask? Well, a Faraday sleeve is an interesting product that blocks all radio frequencies coming in and coming out. That means that when your phone is in this sleeve, it can't send out signal, and it also can't receive signal. It can't receive phone calls, it can't receive texts. Likewise, when your phone is off, you think that it's not actually sending anything, right? Wrong. Your phone actually still does communicate while it is off, and what that means is there are still signals going in and out, which is something I'm not always necessarily comfortable with. So having it in a Faraday sleeve makes sure that those signals cannot escape, nor can they come in. Now, before we go any further, I want to address the one concern that I know some people might have, and that's this idea that, hey, if my phone's off, if it's in this Faraday sleeve, then I can't receive any emergency text messages or emergency phone calls. I don't know about you, but I can count on one finger, actually less than one finger, how many times I have received an emergency call or an emergency text message that I absolutely needed to respond to at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, if you're one of those people that receives those kind of messages, then maybe you can ignore this video altogether. But for me, it's more likely that I'm not even going to hear the text message or phone call because I sleep so deeply, much less that text message or phone call is going to be important enough for me to have to reply that moment. Does that make sense? So let's recap real quick. From a mental health perspective, I think that we can all agree that the more that we limit the amount of time that we spend on our mobile devices immediately before going to sleep, as well as how quickly we jump onto our devices the moment that we wake up, the better, right? I also believe that using both sound and light as an alarm clock can help me wake up a little bit more refreshed and ready to go in the morning. From a physical health perspective, removing anything that emits radio waves from right beside our bedside table, I think can only be a good thing. Again, I don't think there's a whole lot that we've been able to prove from this front, but like Dr. Mike said, it's just recommended that you get all of that away from your head as much as possible. And so that's what I'm trying to do here. Last, but certainly not least, getting into the habit of turning off my phone and putting it into a Faraday sleeve, I think has a lot of different benefits. I mean, first of all, I like this idea of just silencing my phone from any and all radio frequencies or telemetry or even just any kind of monitoring that might be happening from my mobile device. It can't be done while the phone is in a Faraday sleeve. But I'm really drawn to this idea that turning off your device resets any access that a hacker or malware might have, making it a whole lot harder for them to continually make inroads into your data. Now, obviously, it's not going to solve all of your hacking problems. This isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, but I do think it is a simple habit that every single one of us can do that actually would have a benefit and an impact in not just our privacy and security, but also our mental health and our physical health. If you can hit all three of those at once, why wouldn't you do that? So that's what I'm doing. I'm curious to know what you think. You can leave that in the comments below. I'll have links to the Faraday sleeve and the alarm clock below here. Those are affiliate links, but neither of those companies sponsored this video. This is just something I thought would be really interesting, and I think that it's a very easy change that you can make. Take care.